Yes, guys, welcome back to another video. Welcome to the George Benson football channel for 6 things that we learned from Legia Warsaw 0, Chelsea 3. Yes, I'm smiling. Yes, I'm buzzing. I've just seen Chelsea score 3 goals. I don't remember the last time we scored 3. I tell you what, the first half was absolutely abysmal. It was a shocker. And then we take off Cole Palmer and we're absolutely brilliant in the second half. I'm kind of joking when I say that, but the reality is we were excellent in the second half tonight. Chelsea get the job done. I want to say a massive thank you to everybody that tuned into the live stream. Make sure, if you're not already, subscribe to this YouTube channel and please smack a like on this video because that is a big win. A 3-0 win away from home in the first leg of European football. I mean, Arsenal had a 3-0 win this week, didn't they? Against Real Madrid. We can only beat what's put in front of us, guys. But I tell you what, Legia Warsaw, they were absolutely awful. I'm sorry. It took the 90th minute for Philip Jorgensen to actually make a save. If we take a look at the momentum chart here, Chelsea dominant. They started the game well, but that's because their bloody fans were setting off flipping flares and everything. It was red smoke all over the stadium, white fog. In Poland, unbelievable scenes, but it didn't really work. I want to say credit to the Legia Warsaw fans too, by the way. Exceptional from them, singing the whole way through. And of course, shout out to the Chelsea massive in the away end as well. Look at this. Absolute dominance from Chelsea all around. If we take a look here at some of these average ratings for the Chelsea players. Philip Jorgensen, 7.9. Josh Achampong started at right back. Tosin Badiashile in the centre-back positions. Malo Gusto at left-back. A midfield of Reece James, captain, and Sancho and Dewsbury-Hall. Jadon Sancho, Cole Palmer starting in the 10. Tyrique George and Christopher Nkunku. But look, the first half performance from Chelsea was non-existent. We were absolutely awful. I'm thinking, should we have stayed awake for this one? Was this one of those where we're just like, we're probably going to go through here. We're not very good, but they're absolutely rubbish. I'm sorry. Legia Warsaw offered nothing throughout the majority of the game. If we take a look at the overall stats, Chelsea with 72% possession, created an XG of 4.08. That's good. 5 big chances. 24 shots to their 8. Their goalie makes 7 saves. Jorgensen with 1. 782 passes. If we look at the average positions too today for Chelsea, Legia Warsaw in their own half, the whole match pretty much, all 11 players. And Chelsea, other than Tosin in the first half and Badiashile, we were absolutely dominant in that second half. And I think the big difference really for me was the fact that we actually had a bit of movement. When players had the ball in the first half, we're going side to side, we're going backwards, it comes forwards, then it goes back again. But there was no movement in order to even get to the shot-creating actions in the first place. Nobody was moving. And the little subtle difference that I saw in that second half is that when people had the ball, there was just like, you know, like a little, when you get out of the bed in the morning and you're like, right, today's going to be a good day. It's like a little one of these. You know what I mean? Moving to the left, moving to the right. And it kind of shuffled things around a little bit. And then the likes of Noni Madueke coming on in that second half, I think he could smell that there was goals available for him today. And that's exactly what happened. The second half begins from Chelsea. Tyrique George, I am absolutely delighted for his first ever senior goal. The man only turned 19, I think, in February. And he has got his first Chelsea goal. You can see what it means to him. Maresca delighted for him as well when he comes off the pitch. And look, I've said about Tyrique, I don't necessarily think he's physically ready yet to be at the level to be a starting winger in the Premier League. And I think Maresca sees that too, which is why Sancho keeps getting minutes, even though he's not been playing well. Did all right in the second half, though, but delighted for him. It means a lot for him. The second goal, Sancho makes it, Noni with the finish, and from that point, it's cruise control from Chelsea. When it's 1-0, it's like, right, okay, build upon this. We've seen it so many times. When Chelsea go 1-0 up, do we build? Usually we don't, but we did tonight, and we got so much better as that second half went on. It becomes 3-0. Jadon Sancho, again, brilliant work this time on a plate for Noni Madueke. 3-0, and at that point, it is game over. The tie over. But just before that, we got to talk about it. Nkunku has a penalty. Couldn't believe he was starting again. don't think he was great, but he wasn't it wasn't beyond woeful, but the penalty's a shocker. And it was supposed to get him a bit of confidence, put the ball in the net, but he couldn't even manage that. But anyway, 6 things we learned. We are here. And let's smack the old flipping animation graphic on it as well, shall we? We begin. Box number 1, Tyrique George with his first Chelsea goal. I thought he was good this evening, to be fair. I think he looked neat and tidy. Lots of nice little touches. If you see here, the accurate passes, he gets 32 out of 36. You can't see it. It's actually off the screen. But I think Tyrique George getting his first Chelsea goal absolutely deserves box number 1. Box number 2, Noni Madueke. I think this is a big night for Noni, because even though it is the Conference League, right? To score 2 goals as a winger, to be arriving in the box, he was very, very direct, running at players too. This is exactly what we're talking about when it comes to the wingers. If they're not going to get shots away and make things happen for themselves, they've got to be the players in the positions to convert those chances. We know that Nkunku isn't a striker. He gets better in the second half because he drops a bit deeper. Tyrique George was going in around behind him, basically playing as a striker. Sancho on the left. He had someone who was in the box to aim at, and then Noni was the extra man. And that is what made the difference tonight. Sancho was able to find him. The Legia players had an extra man in Tyrique George to worry about in the box. And Noni Madueke could simply ghost in. And that's exactly what he did. Box number 3 in this 6 Things We Learned video is for Badiashile, who I think very, very quietly was one of the best players out there on the pitch tonight. I thought he was absolutely excellent. He had 149 touches of the ball with 94% pass accuracy. We were seeing bloody Vitinha with those numbers last night for PSG. And I know that we're talking about slightly different opponents here today for Chelsea, but I thought Badiashile was brilliant. Even in the first half, I'll say this, right? We were just going side to side, going backwards. Didn't look like we were creating very much. Badiashile was trying to make line-breaking passes. He was trying to look up and actually spot forward movement. And that is a big thing, particularly when we are struggling. And tonight we played against a 5-4-1. We struggle when we're playing 5 at the back. You know it. I know it. Your flipping dog knows it. We all bloody know it, all right? But Badiashile was the one trying to make those incisive passes in behind. And I thought he did very well tonight. Box number 4. Jadon Sancho. This is a big moment for him because to get 2 assists in the first half, I'm seeing the same Sancho. Can't beat his man, gets out-muscled, good footwork, but then doesn't go anywhere. To get those 2 assists, this is big. And I've said from Sancho all season long, as the winger, if you're not going to be bursting past players and cutting in and scoring goals, he had a good shot in the second half, on target, well saved again. But if you're not going to be the man shooting and scoring, you've got to be the man letting other people score. That's what the winger's there to do. And that's exactly what he did. So big credit to Jadon Sancho for that second half performance because he, alongside everybody else, just had an extra bit of zip in their step in that second half. I thought he was much better indeed. Moving into box number 5. Sancho and Dewsbury-Hall, okay, in the Conference League is quite rapidly starting to impress me, I thought he was very good tonight. I think he was accurate with his passes. He was winning the majority of his ground duels, won 5 out of 6 ground duels. And I think on any other day, I think Sancho and Dewsbury-Hall could have had a hat-trick here. He had a brilliant volley that just went over, forced a great save, the only real attempt on target in the first half from us. 2 moments where he gets into great positions and he misses the headers. But I'll say this, I think his IQ is really high on a football pitch. It's the end product that's the problem. And look, I'm not here defending spending the money. I still think we could have spent it better. But it was another really solid display. And look, the opponents, they pretty much offered nothing. But I think Sancho and Dewsbury-Hall had a very solid game. Box number 6, JustACoupleGs. This is the competition where Josh has been getting minutes this season. And again tonight, I thought he was excellent. He was on the ball a lot, 97% pass accuracy with 107 touches. And the majority of the game is getting advanced. He's trying to drive forward, trying to dribble past his men. And I think JustACoupleGs is a really positive player. And look, there's a lot of question marks about should he get more minutes in the Premier League? When you got Reece James as the right back, I know tonight he didn't play there, but he's never going to get in above Reece right now. We've seen him at centre-back this season. I think overall, Josh Achampong should be, and probably will be, in and around the first team setup next season. But look, I know it's the Conference League, but I'm happy with this. Smack a like if you enjoyed this video, and subscribe if you are new. And this is a platform to build upon now, because I said it in the preview, if we can blow them away in the first leg, start Shin Madueke, keep Tyrique George in the team, start Samrak Saki, look at the under-21s and be like, I can give a few minutes here, and Stamford Bridge will absolutely back that. It's a quarter-final of a European trophy. We're 3-0 up. We can see tonight from our opponents, Maresca's kind of testing them out a bit in the first half. They're not going to really offer very much. I don't think we've got anything to worry about here if we start some more of the youngsters. I want to finish by talking about Cole Palmer, because people in the chat of the stream were saying, we're better when Palmer's not playing. Look, for me, it was just about a little bit extra of intensity. Palmer was he didn't look interested. This isn't his level. Do you know what I mean? He didn't play very well, but it is what it is. I don't think we should be looking at this thinking, oh, well, Palmer's the problem at Chelsea. No, come on. Come on. We've won 3-0. Celebrate it in the comments down below. Smack a like on this video if you can as well. Subscribe to more GBFC. I'm uploading every day on that channel, and I'm absolutely loving the content I'm putting out there. Great day. Loved it. Come on, you Blues.